14-year-old Westland boy paralyzed in a sledding accident 10 months ago. But that wasn't the end of Jeff Burton's story, not by a long shot. Tonight we continue our special report, When God Doesn't Make Sense, with a look at how a young man's remarkable faith has changed his life and those around him.
So now you're adding a negative and a negative.
Even in math class, Jeff Burton's story just didn't add up. Why would a 14-year-old boy who loved baseball and dreamed of becoming a policeman be left paralyzed? Sentenced to life in a wheelchair on a snowy afternoon last January when his sled and his spinal cord slammed into a steel pole.
That's what everybody asked me. Aren't you angry? And I said, who could I be angry at? Because I'm the one who hit the pole.
I don't think everybody is prepared for this, but I think Jeffrey was.
He told us this was God's plan. And I mean, he's never changed that, ever. Depression, nothing. He's just never questioned why me. And I know it's the faith. I know it is now.
A faith built and sustained through endless hours reading the Bible. What comfort do you draw from reading that book?
Everything. It's just something when you read it. There's a verse in here, Psalms 23:4, and it says, even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you should fear no evil. And that verse right there has helped me out through everything.
Jeff, this is Abby.
Oh, Abby.
Now he's helping others. Just 3 months after his release from Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor, Jeff went back, this time as a volunteer. Helping and inspiring other kids like 6-year-old Abby Diwali, paralyzed 4 weeks ago in a car accident.
Is that help?
I've always loved helping people. I love kids, talking to kids and younger than I am. If kids see me out there and they say, he can do it, why can't I?
And maybe they can, thanks to a young man's determination and faith.
If I could go back to January 10th and do it all over again, I probably wouldn't change anything.
You wouldn't not go down that hill? You wouldn't?
I'd probably do the same thing. Because I look at my life now, all these people that I wouldn't have got a chance to meet, I'm glad. I'm not glad that I'm like this, but I probably wouldn't do it any differently.
It seems as if he's handled this better than a lot of the people around him.
He has.
Absolutely, he has.
No doubt about that.
And that's rubbed off on all of you?
I think it is. I believe it is. He's made us stronger.
They're not the only ones. Whether at home, in school, in church, or at the hospital, Jeff's triumph over tragedy has touched many lives.
That's the only way I can figure out that God is using this as a tool for him to help other people.
And he's doing that.
And he's doing it. He's been doing it, and he's doing it well.
It's amazing when he started working with Abby, that little girl there. She was so somber and so sad when she first came into the room and she met Jeff. 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, she's laughing and racing in the wheelchair.
He's a wonderful inspiration,
yeah.
You know? And that's a strong statement that he made, too, at the end about not changing anything.
How many teenagers, how many adults, anybody would say that after being paralyzed in an accident that they wouldn't change anything? But his life is going, I mean, he loves his life now,
what
even though he can't
person.
walk. Yeah.
Great story, Dan. Yeah. Well, Michigan inks a deal with its new